Hello everyone. Thank you for finding a time and joining us at our webinar sponsored by Microsoft, Speed Up with Accuracy Your Bills of Material and Intercompany Processes. My name is Edward Ziak from Agile Dynamic Solutions and I'm the moderator of today's webinar session where you can learn how to increase your productivity, accuracy, and speed of doing business by unifying your bills of material and reconciliation processes between your companies. Before we move on, let's do some housekeeping. On this slide, you can find our contact information to request for personal demo where we can demonstrate how we can solve your unique business challenges or get more information based on your needs. You can use any of these options. Our email, inquiry@dynamics.com.my, contact our sales, her name is Aruna and she will be glad to help you. Or you can use our live chat on our website and they will connect you with the right person. Also, you can scan the QR code with your mobile phone, which will take you to our contact form where you can request for more information. All the contact information you can find in the live chat with the links to the contact form instead of using the QR code. So, in case you need to leave due to urgent meeting or you have no time to watch the entire webinar but would like to learn more or try free demo, then simply fill out the form or contact us and our experts will contact you soonest. Please, when you contact us via any of these options, kindly inform us that you are coming from this webinar so we can help you better. Also, we encourage you to ask us any question during the webinar at any time. Our speakers are present in the live chat and they will be happy to answer any of your questions. Simply click on Ask a Question on the bottom right corner of your Teams meeting, put your name so we know how to address you, and then ask a question. If you cannot see this widget, then click on the live chat icon on the top right corner and then it will appear there. Please note that we might take some of your questions and answer them during the Q&A session for the other attendees. For today's webinar session, let me briefly introduce our speakers. Ms. Law has 30 years of working experiences with ERP and CRM applications, helping businesses to digitally transform in different industries across Southeast Asia, including Malaysia. Presently, she is the Chief Service Officer at MSB Solution, Serdian Berhad. Ms. Young has 17 years of working experiences in ERP environments, specialized in the areas of finance, trade, logistics, and CRM. And presently, she is the Senior Consultant on Application and Technical at MSB Solution, Serdian Berhad. And Mr. Tan has total 17 years of working experience in Microsoft ERP solution in sales and distributions, with hands-on implementation experience in trade and logistics, master planning, and specialized in production. Presently, Mr. Tan is the Senior Application Consultant cum Project Manager at MSB Solutions, Serdian Berhad. And today, they will address some of the biggest challenges of bill of material and intercompany processes and how you can automate, unify, and streamline those processes to reduce human errors, increase efficiencies and productivity, and increase speed of doing business. This webinar session will take approximately 1 hour. The first few minutes, Mr. CJ has recorded a session where he will introduce the importance of having system to manage your BOM and intercompany processes and why it is important for your business. After, Ms. Young and Mr. Tan will demonstrate how the system automate, streamline, and simplify these processes and solve your business challenges. And lastly, Ms. Lo has recorded a session where she will wrap up the entire demonstration and also address some of the challenges companies are facing without BOM capability and how you can use this feature to automate your assembly items processes. Also, Ms. Law will address the issues companies are facing without intercompany capability and how this capability can simplify your sales and purchase processes between your subsidiary and internal organizations in the same way as you engage with your external vendors or customers. And after demonstration, there will be a Q&A session where our speakers will answer your questions live. So don't forget to ask us any question during the webinar at any time so we can answer it for you at the Q&A session. And that's all for me. Thank you for joining us, and let's start with the introduction from Mr. CJ Un, the CEO of Agile Dynamic Solutions. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am CJ Un, the CEO of Agile Dynamics Solution. I'd like to thank you for taking your time to attend our webinar this morning. The current COVID pandemic has been a game changer for all or most of us. Businesses too has been affected by this pandemic. In order to sustain through this pandemic, businesses has to adapt to these changes to ensure sustainability in the short and medium term. There is an urgent need to reduce costs as revenue are impacted by the lockdown. Also, businesses need to embrace change to be more productive and efficient with less or same resources. One of the ways is to review the current business processes and adopt new processes. Microsoft Business Central, based on proven best practices, will help you to navigate through this pandemic with confidence. Let me introduce to you ADS Across Asia and MSB, our Across Asia partners. 5 years ago, we formed ADS Across Asia as a network connecting Microsoft Dynamics partners across the region. Our vision is to work with peers of equal experience and commitment to take on larger challenges in the business solution market. MSB, our partner in ADS Across Asia, started in year 2000 and is specialized in Microsoft Dynamics Finance and Operations and Microsoft Business Central. Over the years, MSB has delivered successful implementations for a wide range of companies and built out a very impressive customer list. Today, MSB will share with you how to optimize your inventory processes using bill of material and intercompany functions in Microsoft Business Central. I hope you will enjoy our presentation and I look forward to connect with you soon. Once again, thank you.
Thank you to Mr. CJ for his introduction. And now it's time for the demonstration of bill of materials and intercompany processes by Ms. Sion, Mr. Tan, and wrap up by Ms. Law, the Chief Service Officer.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sion. Today I'm going to do a presentation on Microsoft Business Central or BC. Speed up with accuracy, your BOM and intercompany processes. There are 3 topics that I'm going to cover today. First, bill of material, assemble to stock. Second, also bill of material, assemble to order. The third one will be intercompany on sales order and purchase order. Simplify and standardizing BOM management in your organization is important. If you use a system without the BOM function, it's going to give you a hassle by managing the individual BOM components and BOM setup. Now let us walk through with you what is the benefit of using BOM function in Microsoft BC. Okay, why do we need bill of material? In short, we call it BOM. There are some problems or issues that we are facing in our business without BOM capability. I can show you what are the things that we encounter, and I'm going to give you some solution to this. First, wrong component quantity or inaccurate inventory. You may use Excel spreadsheet to keep track the BOM. You may need to remember all the quantity, the item, the cost, and so on. The problem with managing BOM with spreadsheets or Excel is it makes you very difficult to keep track the inventory and also the assembly line. Second will be missing component in BOM. Missing component in BOM, especially when you are using a simple Excel sheet to keep track the BOM design or BOM management. You will tend to miss out some components when you issue the assembly order to the warehouse or even during the sales process. It also creates the assembly bottlenecks, miscommunication, confusion, inaccurate raw material requirement, and so on. Third will be incorrect costing of product or accounting variance. Incorrect costing of product leads you to the error in costing impact for your overall investment. The consequences for this problem can be widely spread out and affect many departments within your organization. Next one will be assemble out bad units can lead to rejection of product by your customer. As you know, this can have a number of problems or bottlenecks in the production cycle, loss of incoming jobs, and so on. If you do not have a system to keep track the correct models or correct items during the assembly, you might send the wrong assembly order to your warehouse and they will tend to pack the wrong items in your final product. Next one will be running out of materials. Running out of material is very common issue if you are not using a proper BOM functions that link to inventory. You tend to get some components having inventory shortage when you do not have the correct information. Unable to perform custom-made shopping list or recipe. A bill of material is a comprehensive list of components, labels, and equipment that required to build a finished goods. It often referred as a recipe or a shopping list when we set up the BOM in the system. In our example, we use the abalone hamper as a BOM item. We have abalone, we have basket, and we have a nice plate in the package that form as a finished goods. This is our shopping list. How many cans of abalone, how many basket, how many plates. As for recipe, example, you are doing an F&B business, such as ice cream. Your recipe will be how many grams of milk, how many grams of yogurt, how many grams of topping, what kind of topping. So all these are recipe. You also can use the bill of material function in the system to form your recipe, and you will not get any mistake in the wrong information. Last will be standardize the BOM information with a clear list of individual components required. The procurement and the inventory department able to manage what you need to ensure you never run out of material. With a standardized BOM information that created in the system, we unite all the related departments from the design up to the sales. This will give a lot of benefit across the entire organization, whether it's procurement, sales, warehouse, assembly team, or inventory team. Now, let me show you what is bill of material. Bill of material basically just to let you have a function to structure the parent item that must be assembled or produced by resources or machine from individual components. You can also pack a group of items for sales kit, and same time you manage the conversion of multiple components to create the finished good. There are two types of assembly in BC. The first will be assemble to stock. The next will be assemble to order. We will show you the differences in our demo. Okay, what is assemble to stock? Assemble to stock meaning usually we use this function, this setting, to assemble ahead of sales kit, such as to prepare for a campaign or something that we want to pre-pack first and keep it in stock until they are ordered. Therefore, we create the BOM, we create a package, and we keep it in our warehouse as inventory. The next one will be assemble to order. Assemble to order meaning we do not keep stock in our inventory. We only assemble the order when we require during the sales. The assembly order is automatically created within the sales order, and it also can link directly to the assembly department, regardless of whether it's a standard BOM or it's a configured BOM. Next, why do we need intercompany functions in our organization? Let me show you there are some problems or issues arise if you do not have intercompany capability in your business. If you are doing business within the same group or with your subsidiary, the intercompany PO/SO functions is very common. If you do not have this kind of functions properly keep track in the system, you may lead to duplicate data entry for both companies, and same time, mistake of wrong item, wrong quantity, wrong pricing is very common. Order mismatch. For example, you create the PO in company A, and you supposed to have the same SO in company B. If you do not have the intercompany functions in both systems, in both company, maybe you create the order in company A with quantity 10. Subsequently, in the company B, the quantity you can key in 8. So this will be the order mismatch. The total, the discount, and so on also not tally. Sales delivery information not synced in both company if you do not have intercompany transactions functionality in the system. Last, it's very, very time consuming on the intercompany reconciliation. What we mean is, for example, you have the AP transaction, you have the AR transaction that link to the GL. If you do not have this kind of auto intercompany functions, you have to perform these two transactions manually in both company, and the time taken to reconcile this kind of transaction is really very time consuming. Intercompany SOPO function allow you to do business with your subsidiary and internal partner organization in the same way as you engage with your external vendor and customer. You can exchange intercompany purchase and sales documents, including the items and item charges. What are the benefits of using intercompany function in BC? First is to eliminate double entry of the orders or journal entry, and same time you can increase the productivity and accuracy. Second is to provide easier reconciliation between the companies when you perform this kind of transaction. Last, you can increase the speed of doing business, meaning to say you don't need to manually create the order in company A, and then you have to manually create the order in company B. Isn't it save a lot of time? Now I'm going to show you how intercompany purchase and sales order works in BC. Example, you have company A, and you also have company B. Company A want to buy something from the subsidiary company B. In company A, we just need to create a PO, and we do not need to create the sales order in company B. There is a function in company A under the PO functions is to create the intercall order. Once the intercall order function being executed, it will send to company B. Company B will only need to accept this order as a new sales order. Both companies can continue to perform their independent transaction like receiving or shipment. Now, my colleague, Mr. Dan, and myself will do a functional walkthrough in Microsoft Business Central.
Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about assembly BOM in Microsoft Business Center. A simple way of using bill of materials, in short, we call it BOM, to structure the parent item that must be assembled from components. An assembly BOM can also be used to sell a parent item as a kit or as a package consisting of its individual item. Now, let's take a look how we do that in Microsoft BC. First, we navigate to the item master list. And we already have one item called Chinese New Year Abalone Hamper 2021 being set up. Click inside. Scroll until the replenishment system section here. The replenishment system must set it to assembly and assembly policy. It can be assembled to stock or assembled to order. Now you may ask us, what is the difference between assemble to stock versus assemble to order? Assemble to order that can be described as a sales kit. However, assemble to stock will be just a simple finished good based on the components associated to this item. Under the assemble to order process, the item is assembled in response to a sales order and with a one-to-one link between the assembly order and also the sales order. You typically use assemble to stock for items that you want to assemble ahead of sales, such as to prepare for sales campaign, and keep it as a stock until they order. If you want to see the assembly components, we can just click on the assembly BOM link here. It will show us all the items that being set under this BOM. We can edit the list by clicking the edit list here if we want to. We also can add or delete the items. Now you can see under this Chinese New Year abalone hamper, how does it being set up? We have abalone can 350 gram, total is 5 cans, 1 flower dish plate, one pieces, and 1 hamper basket. All these 3 items we make up as one BOM item. Okay, now let us show you how we assemble this Chinese New Year abalone hamper and keep it as stock. First, we will start with the assembly transaction by going through a function called assembly order in order to make the finished good item. Okay, we do a search of assembly order. Here we call up the assembly order screen. Click on new. Select the number sequence and select the item of abalone hamper. Okay, now the quantity, let's say we put 3. This is to tell the warehouse that we need to prepare 3 sets of Chinese New Year abalone hamper and keep it as a stock. You can see under the lines here, there are total 3 items with the default quantity being listed here. Because now we are asking to set up 3, so it automatically times 3 and give us the total quantity required for individual item. Once you have this setup being done, we can click on the release button here to release for the warehouse people to get ready the item. Once they have done, we will come back to this assembly order and now we can do the posting. So we can post the transaction. Okay, now we can go back to the item master. And you can see currently I have 5 sets in the inventory. So I can actually click inside. You will see the 3 units is being generated, and the date is my posting date just now. Now you already have the inventory. You can click on this one to view the inventory by location. Under the main warehouse, you have 5 sets here. And now you are ready to sell this Chinese New Year abalone hamper from main warehouse. We have shown you the way how we do assemble to stock in our previous presentation. Today I'm going to show you how to use assemble to order in BC. A simple way of using bill of material, in short we call it BOM, to structure parents item that must be assembled from components. An assembly BOM can also be used to sell a parent item as a kit or as a package consisting of its individual components. This can be described as a sales kit. In the assemble to order process, the item is assembled in response to a sales order with a one-to-one link between the assembly order and the sales order. You typically use assemble to order for items that you do not want to keep stock because you expect to customize them to the customer request or because you want to minimize the inventory carrying cost. The supporting functionality includes the ability to customize assembly item when taking the sales order, an overview of availability of the assembled item and its component, the ability to reserve the assembly components immediately to guarantee the order fulfillment, integration to the warehouse to make assembly and shipping easier, an ability to assemble to order at the point of making the sales quotation or sales order. When you enter an assemble to order item in the sales order line, an assembly order is automatically created with the header that is based on the sales line and with the line that are based on the item assembly BOM multiplied by the order quantity. Let's go into the system and let me show you how this works. This is the item listing. For example, I have this bird nest hamper with 0 quantity. When you set up an assemble to order, the quantity here is always 0. Let's go inside. Under the replenishment section, you have to select assembly. Under the assembly policy, we have to set it to assemble to order. Now let's start with setting up the BOM item. For example, I need bird nest, royal jelly, day cream, and also 1 hamper basket. Let's see, we need 1 box of bird nest, 2 bottles of royal jelly, 1 bottle of day cream, and 1 basket. All these 4 items will make up as 1 bird nest hamper. Now let's go into sales order and start our transaction. For example, this is my customer that I'm going to sell the bird nest hamper. And I need 2 sets. Okay, the moment when I finish enter the sales line, I can go to the line related information assemble order line. This is the assembly order being generated upon creation of the sales line. So this is one set quantity being set, and this one is based on the required quantity. It automatically times 2 and give me the required quantity for individual item. I can also show you in the assembly order screen, where you will see one new bird nest hamper being generated here. 2 set is the requirement, and these are the individual components required. Now let me show you if I post the delivery order for this sales order. Let's say I do a shipment. And if I go back to the individual items, under bird nest, for example, you can see the transaction is being posted with 2 quantity. Meaning to say you can use the BOM item as a parent item, and when you send the shipment, the system will automatically drop stock from the individual components.
Hi, I'm Tana. So just now my colleague have shown you how to use the assembly order to do the keeping for multiple item into a package. Okay, so in just now her example she show you is using the abalone hamper. So have you think about how to do the unpacking? If let's say for a scenario, let's say after the New Year season, so those package which you are not able to sell out, so you need to unpack it, and then you wanted to sell the item individually. Or maybe there's a scenario, the customer return back the hamper to you due to certain reason. So you might need to unpack the hamper and then to check the individual item inside. So now I'll show you the BC have this functionality. So before I show you the unpacking, so this is the current inventory item for the abalone can, the hamper basket, and also the hamper, which I have 5 already. So this is the before of the unpacking. All the assembly order after you posted, you'll be kept into the assembly order posted. See, you get into the posted assembly order screen. So this is the screen. So after that, you see that this is the assembly order that have been posted. You'll be archived into this screen. If let's say I open back this assembly order, so you will see that the detail is inside. We use just now the abalone can, the hamper basket, and the flower display to do the packing for the hamper. So in order for you to perform the undo assembly, so in the system we call undo assembly, you need to click on the action undo assembly. Once you click on this action, so the system will auto do the reversal for you. Let's have a look. So it will auto add back all the child part and then deduct on the hamper package. So now let's say I go back to the inventory master. Let me have a look. I do a refresh on here. you will notice that all the item actually you reverse back for all the child part. But for the package, then the quantity will reveal it will be reversed already. So this is one of the good functionality for you to do the unpacking in using the assembly order.
I'm going to show you the intercompany transaction for sales and purchase in Microsoft Business Center. Your organization may consist of several companies, but might not have the equivalent number of accounting and administrative staff. The intercompany functionality lets you do the business with your subsidiary and internal partner in the same way as you engage your external vendor and customer. You can enter the intercompany transaction information only once in the appropriate document. You can use the functionality you are already familiar with, such as receivable and payable management. There are 4 main benefits to the intercompany functionality. First, to increase the productivity as a result of time saved and simplified transactions. Second is to minimize error potential with one-time entry of information, automate the updates. Third, to complete the audit trail and full visibility into business activities and transaction history. Last will be efficiency, cost-effective transaction with affiliate and subsidiary companies. What is the prerequisite in order to have the intercompany transaction being executed? We have to set up the business partner as customer and vendor in the system, assign them the intercompany partner code. It is possible to exchange intercompany purchase and sales document, including the item and item charges. Once we have set up the intercompany partner code, all the intercore transaction will be linked by this code as the connection. Now let's start with issuance of PO from company A and get posted as the intercore SO in company B. Let me show you in the system. For example, I'm now inside the demo data company, which is company A. I have these 3 items, birdnest, royal jelly, and day cream with 0 quantity. I have to raise a PO to another subsidiary called Demo and Testing Intercore, which is my company B, to buy these 3 items. First, let me show you what I have set up in the vendor. I have an intercore vendor already set up and point to the intercompany partner code called webinar. So I'm going to use this webinar linkage to link up the intercompany purchase and sales between the 2 companies. Let's go into the purchase order module. Create a new PO. Select the intercore vendor, which I already set up. This is actually my subsidiary. There are 3 items that I need to buy: the birdnest, the royal jelly, and also the day cream. For example, I need 20 boxes of birdnest, 5 bottles of royal jelly, and 5 bottles of day cream. Now I'm going to show you how I send this PO to my subsidiary. What I need to do is just go to Action, Functions, and do the Send Intercore PO. Okay, now I go into my company B. I should be able to see there is an incoming intercore document coming from the company A. So I just need to accept. Once I accept it, it will appear in my sales order under company B. Now you can see, just look at this external document number, WB106003. If I come back to my company A, this is my PO number, WB106003. So you will see the linkage and the items that I require is being copied over. This is to save the time and effort by keying in the order all over again. That's all for my presentation on Intercompany.
Thank you, Seong and Tan, for sharing your real-life experiences. Good morning. I'm YY Law, Chief Services Officer. What are the key takeaways from this webinar? The three takeaways are increased productivity, accuracy, and speed of doing business by unifying your bills of material using assembly policies, namely ATS and ATO, as shown by Seong. For assembly to stop, the example used in the demo was BOM Chinese New Year abalone hamper, where the hamper was assembled and put in inventory before a sale. The assembly process is easy and simple. For this scenario, we do not require the manufacturing functionality in BC. For example, to order is for items that you do not want to stock. This will minimize inventory costs, reduce human errors, and speed up delivery of items. You are also allowed to change the BOM item during sales order entry, whereby customers' satisfaction will be increased. Overall, BC is designed to improve the way of doing business. What are the main benefits in the intercompany sales order and purchase order? 1. Productivity will be increased immediately as a result of time saved and simplified transactions. 2. With one-time entry of information and automatically create a sales order in company B, as shown in the demo, potential error will be greatly minimized and reconciliation between companies are much easier and faster. Most importantly, complete audit trail and full visibility into business activities and transaction histories are available. Last but not least, Business Central is a simple yet powerful system as shown in the demo by Seong and Tan. Thank you.
Thank you to Ms. Law, Ms. Seong, and Mr. Tan for the demonstration of BOM and intercompany capabilities. And now is the time for Q&A session. A reminder for those who have just joined us, we encourage you to ask us any question during the webinar at any time. Our speakers are present and they will be happy to answer any of your questions. Simply click on Ask a Question on bottom right corner of your Teams meeting, put your name so we know how to address you, and then ask a question. If you cannot see this widget, then click on the live chat icon on the top right corner and it will appear there. Later, we might take some of your questions and answer them during the Q&A session for other attendees. Also, remember, you can always reach out to us via any of the contact options you can find in the live chat in the features section. Also, on this slide, you can find our contact information to request for free personalized demo from us or get more personalized information based on your needs. You can scan the QR code with your mobile phone and fill out the form or use the link in the live chat to access the form. And now, let's answer some of your questions.
And so the first question, the first question is, can we change the preset BOM and when enter the sales order? Please, MSB.
Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. I'm Xiang here. Yes, of course, you can change the preset BOM when enter the sales order as long as the item that you select is being set as assemble to order. The moment when the item is assembled to order, you are allowed to change the quantity and also the individual component upon sales order. It will reflect it in the respective assembly order, and it will not change the master BOM setting also. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. The next question is, your system can do byproduct BOM?
Good morning, I'm Tan. So for the Business Central, it doesn't have this function, but this function is available in the Dynamics Finance and Operation. So if you want to know more detail, we can arrange a separate session to demo to you. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Just anybody who has a question, just don't worry, you can drop it right in the live chat and we're gonna answer it for you. So the next question is, can we trigger the intercompany PO with reference from the customer sales order?
Okay, in our demo just now, we are showing initiating the intercompany processes from PO, and it will get automatically created as a sales order in another company. This process can be done vice versa, meaning to say we can create the sales order first and we initiate the intercompany PO to another company. We can do it in both ways, either from PO to SO or from SO to PO. At the same time, we also can create a drop shipment order. In layman term, we call it back-to-back order. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the question. And so let's wait if somebody else has a question. If anybody else, please just drop your question so we can answer it for you. Can't see any questions popping out. Maybe let's wait 1 or 2 more minutes. So if there is no more questions, I think we can move on, and that's all from us. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have enjoyed our webinar session and learned something new. Please, if you require further assistance, then you can find our contact details in the live chat or visit our website at dynamics.com.my or dynamics.microsoft.com to learn more about Dynamics 365 Business Center for Malaysian businesses. Also, we would like to invite you to fill up the feedback form and let us know what you think about the webinar and what could we improve. You can scan the QR code on the right or see the link in the live chat. Once again, my name is Edward Ziak, and on behalf of Microsoft, Agile Dynamics Solutions, and MSB Solutions, I would like to thank you for taking your time and joining us at this session, and we look forward to get in touch with you personally. I will leave the screen for 5 minutes so everyone has time to scan the QR codes or save the contact details. Also, we would highly appreciate if you could fill up our feedback form and let us know your thoughts. So let me leave this slide for around 5 minutes and
And the knife goes.
All right, so that is all from us. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe and well, goodbye.